When Walt Disney built Disneyland, he intended for the park to continuously evolve and grow over the years. It was meant to be a project that was never finished, so that he and the company could come up with new ideas to keep guests entertained and happy. As a result, it means we often have to see some older and more beloved rides close. Today, I want to talk about an idea that I think would be the ultimate way to pay tribute to those rides, give us fans something to hold on to, and make Disney some profit on top of it all. Today, when a ride at the Disney parks closes, Disney likes to make a little event out of it. Most recently, with the closure of the Great Movie Ride and Ellen's Energy Adventure, we saw some commemorative merch such as t-shirts and hats to honor the day it was closing. In the case of the Great Movie Ride, there were even a few events allowing guests to walk through the attraction, which was pretty cool. However, I think there's a product that Disney could make that could also be cool, while also being more accessible to fans who can't make it to the parks before it closes. I'm talking about a commemorative box set. Okay, so that name could use a little bit of work, but hear me out on the specifics here. For this example, let's assume the Haunted Mansion is closing. I know that sounds blasphemous, but I had to pick a beloved attraction. The Haunted Mansion commemorative box set would come with a number of things, starting off with the Blu-ray. On this Blu-ray, fans would find a full HD or 4K recording of a ride-through of the Haunted Mansion. Now, lots of these already exist for free on YouTube, but imagine a ride-through that was professionally produced by Disney themselves. They'd be able to specially light the attraction before its closing and set up a professional rig on the ride track so that the video would be beautiful, rather than the low-light recordings by hand we usually have to settle for today. It can even include a full and detailed recording of a walkthrough of the queue. The audio can include multiple tracks, including a clean sync with the master audio, a raw recording from the ride itself that includes the other ambience and sound quality from being on the ride, and maybe even a commentary track with Imagineers that points out little details and facts about the ride itself. On top of all of that, the Blu-ray can include a behind-the-scenes documentary covering anything and everything ranging from how the ride was designed and built to how it was maintained over the years. And since we're using the Haunted Mansion as an example, I suppose you could also throw in a copy of the Eddie Murphy movie if you want, I guess. Next up in the box set, we would have the Haunted Mansion soundtrack. To the ride, by the way, not the movie. I guess today it would mainly be a paper slip with a download code for the soundtrack, but you could also do a physical copy. I mean, if you want to get really into it for the older rides, maybe even a vinyl copy. Paired with the Blu-ray and soundtrack, the Haunted Mansion box set would also contain a book. It could be an art book with early designs for the attraction, or perhaps a history book on the ride, or I suppose to make things easy, it can be like the Disney book that's already available on the subject. Now, it wouldn't be a proper box set without some kind of memorabilia to go with the media, so my hypothetical Haunted Mansion commemorative box set would come with two kinds. First, each box would come with an exclusive limited edition Disney pin designed for the attraction. Last but not least, each box would come with a scale replica model of the attraction's ride vehicle, in this case, the Doom Buggy. Now, if Disney wants to really go the extra mile, I suggest more out there ideas. VR recreations. Imagine, along with all this great stuff, getting a download code for a virtual recreation of the ride, or like a 360-degree video that can be used with a VR headset to really put you back into the experience. And then lastly, for superfans out there, Disney could offer a premium version of this box set that comes with everything mentioned, along with an actual small prop from the ride itself. It obviously would be very limited in quantity and probably very expensive. I mean, I'm not talking about one of the main props like a ghost animatronic or anything, something really minor like a fork or a spoon from the ballroom scene. Now, like many ideas, this is far from perfect. Obviously, the costs involved would play a major factor into whether or not something like this would be worth it for Disney. In fact, considering this isn't some revolutionary idea and Disney isn't dumb, I'd almost assume that the lack of these box sets means it probably isn't. On top of that, there may be tons of rights issues. For a Disney original like the Haunted Mansion, it might not be a problem, but securing the rights to record and make a documentary on an attraction like the Great Movie Ride might be a nightmare. Still though, I think it's a cool idea. Disney is unique in that it draws a fandom that I think no other theme park sees as fervently. It's because these rides are more than just rides. When they're created, there's not just a story within them, but there's usually a story behind them too. So when we as fans lament the closing of these rides, it's not just because we won't get to go on them again, it's because it feels like we're losing a part of a history we grew up with. That doesn't mean Disney should stop. No, that goes against Walt's whole philosophy. Instead, it just means that Disney should keep seeking out new ways to preserve and honor that history. And I think a box set would be a nice way to do that.
Sorry.